The AI revolution was supposed to be unstoppable, powering your apps, your cars, your future. But it's caught in a brutal tug-of-war between the world's two superpowers. On May 1st, 2025, President Trump dropped a bombshell. He's scrapping Biden's global AI chip export ban, unleashing NVIDIA and big tech to flood markets once locked tight. Stocks soared. Investors cheered. But this isn't a victory lap. It's a high-stakes gamble in a tech war that's heating up fast. From your phone prices to global AI dominance, this is the fault line shaking the tech world. Welcome to Tech Fault Line, where we expose the cracks that could reshape your future. It all started on April 30th, 2025, when NVIDIA's CEO, Jensen Huang, sat down with President Trump at a $1 million a head dinner at Mar-a-Lago. Days later, on May 1st, the Trump administration announced it would rescind Biden's AI diffusion rule, a sweeping policy set to block advanced AI chip exports to over 120 countries starting May 15th. NVIDIA's stock jumped 3.1% in a single day, per Reuters, as Wall Street celebrated access to markets accounting for 56% of the company's revenue. The rule, crafted in Biden's final days, aimed to choke China's AI ambitions by limiting chips like NVIDIA's H20, designed to comply with earlier export curbs. This is a game changer for U.S. innovation, NVIDIA told CNBC. But behind the headlines, a deeper game is unfolding, one that could trap big tech in a geopolitical firestorm. The reversal was a lifeline for NVIDIA's China business. Last year, China accounted for 13% of NVIDIA's sales, $17 billion, down from 21% in 2023 due to Biden's tightening curbs, per Reuters. The H20 chip, a downgraded AI accelerator built to skirt U.S. restrictions, was a cash cow with $16 billion in Q1 2025 sales to Chinese firms, per Tom's Hardware. But the celebration was short-lived. By April 16th, Trump's team reimposed targeted restrictions on H20 exports, citing concerns over China's AI firm, DeepSeek, using the chips to train its R1 model, a ChatGPT rival, per the New York Times. NVIDIA now faces a $5.5 billion revenue hit this quarter, with shares dropping 7% in a day, wiping out $200 billion in market value, per Forbes. This inconsistent policy is costing billions, said Jay Hatfield of Infrastructure Capital Advisors. The fault line is clear. Trump's reversal opened doors, but the tech war slammed them shut. This isn't just about chips. It's a battle for AI supremacy. On January 30th, 2025, U.S. lawmakers urged Trump to curb NVIDIA's H20 sales, alleging DeepSeek's AI advancements threaten national security, per Reuters. DeepSeek's R1, trained on H20 chips, stunned the industry by matching U.S. models at a fraction of the cost, per CNN Business. Washington fears China's AI could power autonomous weapons or sway global tech alliances, per the New York Times. Trump's team remains committed to choking China's access, with plans for tighter controls on nations redirecting chips to Beijing, per X posts. Meanwhile, China's stockpiling $16 billion in chips pre-ban, per X, and pushing domestic AI accelerators, per Janus Henderson investors. We're heading toward a full U.S.-China chip decoupling, said analyst Stacy Razgon. This is a tech Cold War, and NVIDIA's stuck in the crosshairs. You're feeling this chaos. The H20 ban reversal briefly promised cheaper AI-driven devices, think smartphones, cars, and cloud apps. But the new curbs are spiking costs. Bank of America estimates a 10% earnings headwind for NVIDIA, pushing up AI chip prices globally, per Forbes. J.D. Power reported a 5% rise in AI-enabled device prices in Q4 2024, averaging $1,050, and further hikes loom. Cloud providers like Microsoft and Amazon, reliant on NVIDIA chips, face delays in AI data centers, per Reuters, which could slow your apps and services. For industries, it's worse. NVIDIA's $500 billion pledge to build U.S. AI infrastructure, announced April 14th, aims to offset losses, but it's years away, per Ars Technica. Your tech is pricier, slower, and caught in a global power play. Can NVIDIA pivot? They're trying. Since April 2025, NVIDIA's producing Blackwell chips at TSMC's Phoenix facility, a first for U.S. soil, to reduce reliance on Taiwan amid geopolitical risks, per Ars Technica. Supercomputer plants in Texas, partnered with Foxconn and Wistron, are set to ramp up in 12 to 15 months, per Ars Technica. But it's not enough. NVIDIA hasn't placed new H20 wafer orders with TSMC since late 2024, and existing orders are being scrapped, per Janus Henderson investors. Alternative markets like the UAE face scrutiny, with Trump eyeing tighter export controls, per Reuters. China's push for domestic chips, despite 5-nanometer manufacturing limits, threatens NVIDIA's market share, per Janus Henderson. Diversification is a pipe dream when geopolitics calls the shots. NVIDIA is not alone in this storm. Trump's curbs hit all AI accelerators matching H20 specs, slamming AMD's MI300 sales in China, which accounted for 24% of its revenue last year, per Reuters. Broadcom's custom chip deal with ByteDance is at risk, per Janus Henderson investors. Yet, big tech's fighting back. NVIDIA's $500 billion AI infrastructure plan, praised by Trump, aims to secure domestic dominance, per Bloomberg. AMD's Lisa Su urged balanced policies to boost U.S. chip leadership, per CNBC. But the cost is steep. R&D delays are up 6 to 8 months industry-wide, per IDC. And Cox Automotive reports AI-enabled car prices hit $49,500, up $2,000 from Q3 2024. The tech giants are hedging bets, but the fault line keeps shifting. Trump's AI chip ban reversal was billed as a win for NVIDIA, but it's a tightrope walk in a tech war with no end. From a $5.5 billion hit to a geopolitical chess match, the battle for AI supremacy is rewriting the rules. But here's the real danger. What happens if this escalates? Tech investment inflows dropped 18% in Q4 2024, per Morningstar. If U.S.-China tensions boil over, markets could crater, and your tech could be collateral damage. That's the fault line we're standing on, and it's trembling. If this shook you, smash that like button, subscribe, and tell us in the comments, is this a win for NVIDIA or a global trap?